Before I begin, I will begin with the Islamic greeting of peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The great philosopher and thinker Confucius, he once stated that if a man wants to rule the world, then he has to be able to rule his country. And if a man who wants to rule his country, he should first try to rule his region. And a man who wants to rule his region should be able to rule his farm. And the man who wants to be able to rule his farm should be able to rule his family. And the man who wishes to be able to rule his family should try to rule himself. And the one who wants to try to rule himself should try to rule his heart. That on this day, this last Friday in the holy Islamic month of Ramadan, on a day which we remember as a day of solidarity, the day which is known as Quds, that we have to come forth and approach this subject, approach this day from a new method and a new style. We have to come forth and understand that change only begins with ourselves first. That for many years people have come forth, gathered together in gatherings like this, but people have failed to be able to bring themselves up and elevated themselves to great heights and able to create change and to create peace and justice across the world. For people, individuals, you and I, we have failed to bring ourselves, our own hearts, to a greater state, to a greater station, to a greater elevation. That today, in the entire world, when an individual in certain countries, in certain parts of the world dies, or bloodshed has occurred, or injustice has happened, we realize that we have become desensitized to certain people and certain groups. We have to understand and question why. Even those of us gathering here, in this particular moment, who came forth for a particular purpose, to remember the cause of these marginalized people of Palestine, we have to truly reflect and question ourselves, whether have we truly been reflective, have we truly been sensitive in regards to the pictures that we've seen, or because we've seen it so often, have we become desensitized to this? We have to understand that change begins over here, within the heart of a human being. That during the time of the Islamic Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi, we come forth and we understand that under his government, there was an incident where one lady who was not from the religion of Islam, she had her necklace stolen in the community. When the news had come to the Holy Prophet, he states a very, very heart-shaking line. He says that I wouldn't be surprised if a true believing man, a person with faith, a person with morals, a person with ethics would have died upon hearing about this great calamity. Hold on. What was the great calamity? A lady who had lost her necklace, who had her necklace stolen. The Prophet states, I would be shocked, or I would not be shocked, if a human being died after hearing such a thing. Come forth and reflect. For this is not a day of only solidarity, not only a day where we stand up holding pictures and signs, and that we come forth and we think that we've accomplished something. Try to question where each and every one of us have been. Where is our heart, and where is our heart should be? Where is our emotion, and where should the level of our emotion stand? Is it really on a core side of principles of justice and peace and equality and solidarity? Or is it in something that we feel like we've accomplished something during this moment, during these days, during these hours? I will not come forth and bring you facts about how many deaths, or how many displacements, or how many misplaced families, or the type of abuse that has been happening, for you all know these things. But we have to come forth and understand and recognize and realize this is not only a day where we remember, but it's a day that sparks pondering, a day that sparks reflection. reflect on that which is happening across the world, and try to think that when we go home on this moment, in these next couple of half an hour, whatever it is, whenever we get a chance, think, that is, do I really care about these issues, or have I failed? Do I really believe with all of my heart that what I come forth with in these moments, in these days of protest, do I truly dislike it with my heart? If we realize that we are failures in this notion, then recognize that no change is going to take place. But rather, if every human being elevates their status to a heart which is full of morals, which is full of virtue, which will come forth to only speak and aspire peace and aspire justice, not only in Palestine, but in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in Egypt, in Sudan, in Iraq, across the world, then truly, and only truly then, can we expect change. So be of those individuals who do not celebrate themselves for doing something on this day, but rather use it as a spark of reflection. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.